Welcome back, everyone. Good evening. It is a Sunday, and we are back. Bitcoin it kind of had a rise today, which is good. We'll discuss why it rose today and why it's kind of coming on the way down. The current price is 108,150. It's not too bad at all. My average entry is still a little too high. We have new pivot levels. Finally, we can get some decent analysis into the markets once again. First of all, I do want to correct some possible entries that I can have. This one mainly, how much is it? Probably 5 grand, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna be modifying this order. We're gonna be putting, let me see, averaging out the low point and the new pivot support level that we do have over here. What do I even do anymore? Because if I do it exact, it's just not going to get filled. I'll try anyway. We'll see what happens. I do want to buy when prices are oversold, so I'm going to do what I have to do, right? Entry would be 101,941.7 plus 102,639.9. So my entry on Bitcoin I'm planning to do is 102,290. Still at 5x. And we'll put that there. Great. We are still technically in a downtrend. The super trend is finally flattened out at 111,321 after our rise today. Pivot level showing as a resistance for now at 109,327. We had a high of 109,443. It's pretty good. Would I keep this 106 level? I don't think I will. I'm removing these two little levels that I had drawn over here. Of course, if we do break the 109, the current high that we just hit today, our next target would be the 111,000. Then after that, 115 for resistances. I'm tired. Our support that we have, obviously, 100,000 guaranteed support, very important level. And the level that I just put where my entry would be 102,290 is where my entry is, but the support really is 102,639. So yeah, once again, I'm still expecting just choppiness, down movement, sideways movement. Some more time does need to go by, but that time is running out. Can we make a lower low is what I'm going to be observing for this week. It's looking like we might, based off the stuff that I'm seeing. We have a big issue going on in the Middle East right now. Israel and Hamas, they're throwing away the ceasefire deal already. Allegedly, Hamas attacked Israeli troops and Israel already retaliated. So we don't even know what's going on anymore down there. I don't care. So we're going to be discussing that as well when we do get to our news. There's more to it. But yeah, we're focusing on technical analysis right here. Nothing much else to talk about here with Bitcoin. Kind of halfway on the RSI 45. And we are on the way down. I am yawning like crazy now. Ethereum, it's broken this downtrend line that we had drawn, but realistically we would just have to adjust it because we will continue to adjust it as long as the 4,180 does not get broken. Until the 4,180 gets broken is what I mean. Obvious resistance at 4,000 for Ethereum. We had a high of 4,029 and our current price is 3,933 have since come down. Support, that has finally changed over here. And I think I could modify my level a little bit. I'm gonna see if I draw... This is not going to be wise, but I want to see what happens. Yeah, it's not anything special. You can't trust this low level that we dropped with Ethereum to 3,393. Can't trust that, because that's not necessarily the level that was dropped to. What you can focus on instead is literally just putting this on the pivot support. I think I'll slightly average out these two. It's a grand in there, so let's see. 36737 367088. I'm putting another order on Ethereum at 3,672. Yes, I do expect Ethereum to drop down there. Why am I buying more Ethereum? Oh, it's just to lower my average price. I don't really want to have Ethereum. But if it's cheap, I'll buy it. It is what it is. That's fine. Bitcoin short position is losing, of course, but I'm not making any big money anywhere else. So it's a nothing burger in that sense. Moving on to Solana. Still in its downtrend. New pivot level generated here. I like it. Small adjustment. Do I even have to adjust it? Sometimes I do. Because then we have situations like this where we're $2 off and my orders do not get filled. So I'm going to have to modify that. Doesn't seem like it was a big order either way. Fair enough. I'm buying like a... You could argue this is a high price for Solana. Even though we're not above 200, we're at 185 currently. Solana can drop, and it has dropped to levels like 140, 120. Heck, we've even seen it at 90 at one point, didn't we? But I don't think we're going that low, I don't think. Lowest, most cases has been like 110 to 120. So, yeah, I would feel safer in that sense. I'm going to average out these two levels over here so I could put an order. 172,730. 172 plus 529. Well, I cannot type. So this divided by 2, putting an order here. At 172.62, almost 63. We'll do 500. All right. Okay. There's my order on Solana. I would like to acquire more Solana. I still have very good faith in the project. Genuinely good project. I want to get more of it. We are still in a downtrend though, so I'll be treading carefully, of course. As long as we do not cross 203, we will remain in the downtrend. BitTensor, it's still on the rise. It's crazy. It blew past 400. It hit a high today of 459. Kind of retraced to 436. And the super trend is just on the way up. If you're in BitTensor, congratulations. I was not able to get in it on time. I probably should have. I could have. I was just too busy getting liquidated or something. So I wasn't aware. That's fine though. I did take profit on BitTensor, so I never got necessarily liquidated on BitTensor. I was out of the position because I already took my profits. So now the matter was, okay, where do I re-enter? The entry was at 300. I just completely missed it. Well, not even, we never even really got oversold on BitTensor. Yeah, well, I'm not going to touch it right now. I'm not going to FOMO win. I'll just let it do its thing. Plasma. On its way down currently. 40 cents is what it's at. I have an order at 38 and 10. Hoping that that does get filled. Although I might even drop it a little lower due to its volatility and maybe bad expectations for this week, honestly. It's uncertainty time and markets hate that. So I think that will be punishable in the market. So you got to be careful for this week. I'm going to proceed with lots of caution. I do not have an order in Plasma. I did take profit at the right time is what it seems. Now it's just a matter of finding the next entry. I'm going to be doing it down over here. 3609, 3561. Divide that by 2, so the entry's at 3585. And I'll do 500. Because it's very volatile. And it should give me a decent return. Even with such a low amount like that. Okay. Still in a downtrend with it. So I'm still expecting that to get hit if it does get oversold. What is next? Hyperliquid. 37.66 currently. It is kind of on the way up as well. Although resistance is at 42.39 for us to crack that and become in an uptrend once again, right? That drop is unforgivable though. I don't think I will be touching it here. We're making a almost $100 return yet. What are we thinking? Should I just take profit? I don't think I will. I'll wait for us to be overbought if we do reach this up here. I'm not expecting it to, so if we do crash a little more, I will be once again buying at this low level. Even though I did time the bottom over here, that was a perfect entry. but I already had entered like a little higher over here, so it kind of reduced my average price, not by much. It's at 36.165. So yeah, if we do drop a little bit, 33.16.9, we weren't even really oversold, even at this level over here. So I don't know, maybe it could be worse for Hyperliquid, I fear. But it's genuinely a good project. I don't know. I think I might even just completely ignore the fact that we're not oversold and just still put a trigger order down here. How much are we? We don't even have that much in here. Deserves more love. I think I will put an order. 33,289, 33,169. Divide this into... Putting the order at 33.22. I'll do the 750. That should drop my average price a little harder and give us more of an exposition into the asset, which is good. I like Hyperliquid. I do want more exposition into it. Sui, 256. It also had a good rise today, hitting a high of 265. Resistance we have at 263 thanks to new pivot levels that have been generated, and I have a trigger order down here apparently, which I think I might have put it after the fact. Otherwise, it would have been filled over here. I'm going to modify it. It's about 1,000, I think. Maybe it was 750. Yeah, 750. I'm going to average out these three levels over here. Why do I have this? 229. It would have been from like a previous support from long ago. Yes. Fair enough, yeah. If we do have a support level there, then I will obey it. Oh, that was the other one. Hold on. Oh, we're looking at this one. Okay, makes even more sense. This is more recent, more close. Chad Jeets, welcome. 229, 265, 2267. Wait, 27925. 226539. That's where I'm putting my order on Sui. And I'm putting 750 on that. Should hopefully be oversold. Or close to oversold at that level. And it should also drop my average price from here to maybe 237. If my math is correct. Chainlink is $17.13, up 2.95% as well today, hitting a high of 1764. It's right at my entry price, so I don't think I'm going to touch it. We do have an order down here. I'm probably going to change this. What is this from? Literally, what is this from? Why do I have this here? Seems like it has no fundamental reason why that should be there. That's fine. I could average out an entry between here, so that means I'm going to be increasing my entry price a little higher. How much is it? About 750 as well. Okay, I'm putting 15, 3, 8, 6, 15. Oh my gosh, my typing is bad. I feel a little tired today or something. I don't know what's going on. I didn't even check if my mic was working. Yes, it is. Now I have this trauma. What if my mic just doesn't work again and I'm yapping for no reason? It's happened before. Okay. So far, what did I just do? I put orders on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Plasma, Hyperliquid, Sui, Chainlink. Projects I think are genuinely good and worth my money. And Aptos, what are we going to do with you? So we got what I wanted, finally, some pivot support levels, because if you look at last week, there was no pivot support at all. Like, this was the pivot support way below my liquidation price, and I'm like, yeah, we're not going to see whatever this number is, 190 on Aptos. Very, very unlikely. Now, seeing 278 in a worst-case scenario, that's something I could understand and, you know, would agree with a drop toward, right? That's a valid target, in my opinion. So that's literally where I'm going to be putting it. So add Aptos to the list of my entries. I'm putting 279 because otherwise I'm going to miss the entry. And how much do I have in here? What's my average entry? It's 330. Oh, Aptos. Dropping 1,000 on you. All right. I'm content with these. Um, like I said, my analysis that I did on Bitcoin kind of gets channeled into every other altcoin imaginable. Uh, Basically sideways movement and or decay toward the downside until we get an actually good catalyst that'll pump markets again. Right now we've got a bit of uncertainty going on. Like I said, I'm going to reiterate, Middle East ceasefire broken. We're going to talk about that soon. Russia, Ukraine, there's meetings set up and planned. We don't know how that's going to go. We want that to go well so that we can start seeing a pump in the markets again. China will be tariffed 100% November 1st. That's going to be an issue that will carry on until the end of the month, unless a deal gets made beforehand. And once all that gets out of the way, so all these global conflicts and trade wars get out of the way, it's all positive stuff from there. Fed will be cutting rates October 29th, practically guaranteed. That's something good to look forward to. We're probably going to get another rate cut even by the end of the year in December. Also another good thing to look forward to. We don't have economic data still. Government shutdown is still a thing. It's kind of affecting us in a good way and in a bad way. It was good because, you know, it guarantees the rate cuts, but it's bad because the SEC is not working. We don't get any ETFs. A lot of ETFs were planned to be released by this time. Matter of fact, I might have the photo. Let me find it. Here you are. Get out. So October 10, October 16, October 18 and 19, that is what we are at today. We just missed out on a bunch of XRP ETFs, Solana ETFs, and Litecoin ETFs. That would have benefited the markets, right? Although I have little to no exposition in any of those anymore. I was saying, like, yeah, I do want exposition into XRP or Solana, or Litecoin or Cardano for that matter, right? Because we're getting ETFs for it and I want to be part of that boom. But at this time, it's like, okay, everything is dropped. SEC is not working. We're not going to get these ETFs approved. And markets are focused on other stuff right now, scared about what's happening in, geopolitically with the conflicts and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to have to wait until all that blows over. Negative funding rate, by the way, on Aptos. And before we move on to the news, I want to remind you guys to subscribe and have a look at this while it loads. Nothing to buy today. Maybe Avantis, but that's kind of been oversold for a while now. And whatever this is, ZBT, nobody knows what that is. Don't buy that. Well, it should be genuinely a good project and I'm just not aware of it. But yeah, that's all. So no real entries for today. Have your trigger orders available. Expect some volatility. I don't even know. No, probably not even volatility. It's just like, what news are we even expecting? Yeah, we're expecting these people to meet up. These large government officials, Russia, China, United States, Israel, Hamas, whatever's going on down there. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, moving on. Let's get into the news. This has been happening. Israel has resumed bombing in Gaza. It is also reported that Israel is halting all delivery of humanitarian aid. So ceasefire basically cancelled. Even after Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner said that he told the president that there was a 100% chance to reach a peace deal in Gaza and that we can't afford to fail. Well, the ceasefire has since collapsed. So what's next? What happened, right? Israel has resumed bombing in southern Gaza, breaking the ceasefire after alleged violations by Hamas. Southern Gaza, I'm assuming this is like Rafah, that area. There was a big issue last year, I think, about Israel taking over that area because it was the transport area for goods from Egypt into Gaza, right? And the IDF took over all that area, and people were against it. National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir has called for a resumption of fighting in the Gaza Strip at full strength, is what he says. Well, obviously not good. Hamas has violated the ceasefire agreement, launching an RPG and sniper attack on Israeli forces inside Gaza. As a result, Israel struck back. Now, this is not confirmed, I don't think. There's people saying, okay, remember this, launching an RPG and a sniper attack on Israeli forces inside Gaza. What other people are saying that happened, the IDF initially claimed was a Hamas-fired anti-tank missile, okay, targeting its soldiers. It was later revealed to be an unexploded ordnance struck by a settler-owned bulldozer. What that translates to is that there was a landmine and, I don't know, some IDF member or whatever was riding through that damaged area with a bulldozer and ran over a landmine, and it exploded and killed the guy, from what I understand. So it wasn't necessarily that Hamas put that there. I mean, yeah, they did, but it might have been many ages ago, I guess. It was an unexploded ordnance, right? So it was just there. No, people forgot to remove it, I guess, and somebody died because of that. I think Israel took it as, oh, they're attacking our soldiers again. They're violating the ceasefire. Go all in. In response to all the deaths of the 2 IDF soldiers in Rafah, so southern Gaza, yes, Israel killed 26 Palestinians in Gaza with heavy airstrikes. They launched more airstrikes. So, what's next? Oh boy. Phase 2 was to disarm Hamas. I'm also looking at videos out there of Hamas still just shooting some of their own civilians, or traitors, I think is what it is. They're just publicly executing people at this point. And, well, I don't know what it's in for. Trump has yet to comment on that whole situation. We'll probably cover tomorrow if he does comment on it at all. Probably will, because reporters like to ask him this kind of stuff. What are you going to do about what's going on in the Middle East? You proposed a ceasefire and they have violated. What will you do? We'll see what Trump's response is. Moving on from that, we still have conflicts as well in our own continent, the Americas, specifically with, you know, the drug trafficking that's been going on, Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, that we've seen. Trump posted this on Truth Social, saying that President Gustavo Petro of Colombia is an illegal drug leader, strongly encouraging the massive production of drugs in big and small fields all over Colombia. Bold claim. It has become the biggest business in Colombia by far, and Petro does nothing to stop it, despite large-scale payments and subsidies from the USA that are nothing more than a long-term rip-off of America. As of today, these payments or any other form of payment or subsidies will no longer be made to Colombia, so he's just alienating them on the issue because they're not helping to fight the narco-terrorism. The purpose of this drug production is the sale of massive amounts of product into the United States, causing death, destruction, and havoc. Petro, a low-rated and very unpopular leader, with a fresh mouth toward America, better close up these killing fields immediately, or the United States will close them up for him, and it won't be done nicely. Thank you. Wow, bold claim and calling him out by name. I don't know. The United States is getting involved everywhere is what it seems like, trying to police the world. For a good reason too, I guess. They want their American citizens to stop dying to drugs. And a lot of it is coming from Colombia, Venezuela. The drug traffickers are from there. Ecuador as well, part of it. So he wants, you know, people to help him out. And this is the way to do it, by threatening them, I guess. Cool. Trump is seemingly focusing on a regime change in Venezuela as well to topple Maduro. The fact that this lady, Mrs. Machado, won the Nobel Peace Prize, she was the presidential candidate for Venezuela who won but lost, right? Because Maduro dictator, right? I don't know. This all seems kind of like it's really being pushed to topple the Venezuelan regime, topple Maduro, and replace Maduro with somebody else. Who's it going to be? Probably going to be with Machado, and I'm pretty sure is behind us, the decisions of the Nobel Peace Prize agree with that. That's why she got awarded it. And even so, she still dedicated it to Donald Trump for his efforts in making peace around the world. Cool. The No Kings protests that took over yesterday, this is just funny responses from Trump, clowning on everybody, posting AI images, saying that we're built different. Have a good night, everyone. The No Kings thing, Trump took it as if, oh, that means that I am the king, right? So he's putting crowns on himself and JD Vance, and then putting Mexican hats on, I'm assuming this is Chuck Schumer and some other, I forget this guy's name, people who were against the Republicans when it came to government shutdown, right? They're Democrats. And also Trump posted this AI video of him flying through the sky on a plane and dumping poop across the city right on top of these protesters. And among them, Harry Sisson, whom I've talked about before, was there, and he got a big load of that. With a crown on his head, dropping poop from a fighter jet on Harry Sisson at a protest. What a wild time to be alive. It's crazy that imagine you're Harry Sisson, right? You're a Democrat boy. And the president of the United States posts an AI video of him pooping on you, specifically you, for protesting, No Kings. And it's poking fun. It's pretty funny, I guess. And he's like, can reporter please ask Trump why he posted an AI video of himself dropping poop on me from a fighter jet? That would be great. Thanks. And JD Vance had the honor of saying, yeah, I'll ask him for you, Harry. No problem. So funny. So yeah, moving on from that, President Trump also confirms that he will be meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping on October 31st at the APEC Summit in South Korea. And that gave us some hopium. Bitcoin rose by 2% following this comment. And this is important because November 1st was the tariff day, right? 100% tariffs will go in effect on China on November 1st if a deal is not reached by then. The fact that this is being done October 31st, one day before at the APEC Summit in South Korea, it gives people the hope of they're literally going to be meeting up in person to discuss a deal. And we're hoping that they do get to a deal so that we don't have to suffer with these tariff fears on the prices of cryptocurrencies, which, in my humble opinion, tariffs have nothing to do with crypto, and this drop was completely undeserved. I've explained why it happened. Illiquid exchanges, Wall Street investors getting scared, crypto the only market that was open at the time of the announcement. It's the only one that people were able to punish for this, and just a huge cascade of liquidations, of course, like I said. So maybe this is a, bottom indicator, hopefully. But nonetheless, I would tread carefully because we don't know for sure. What if they just meet up there and it's a nothing burger, it's a photo op, and they still put tariffs on each other the next day? That would be pretty funny. Did you know that Trump has made more than $1 billion from crypto profits, according to the Financial Times? Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, honestly. Rep pulling us all on his meme coin, it's no big deal. Jack Dorsey, former CEO of Twitter, who is very super bullish on Bitcoin by now, he's saying that Bitcoin is not crypto, it is money. It scared me for a moment. If you do follow me on Twitter, I said, what? Because he posted this out of nowhere, seemingly. But then I realized he posted this one beforehand as well. He said that Bitcoin is not crypto. I'm like, what? Bitcoin is crypto. What are you talking about? But then he's like, no, Bitcoin is money. I'm like, okay, I agree with you there. Sure, it is a P2P transaction mechanism. That's what it was built in mind for. But also store value and an asset against inflation, right? So that's the good stuff about Bitcoin. It's currently down 6% in October as of yesterday. Today is probably a little higher than that. So that means that October is currently in the red. And I talked about this before as well. Like, will this Q4 indeed be fully green as we have seen in previous cycles? That's the big question. And I don't know, October so far is not looking good, but there are still 12 days left. We could hypothetically recover and go higher once again. I forget what number I told you guys. Sorry, let me see. October 1st. Bitcoin's price was 117,000 plus. So, hey, for us to end green, we do have to be above that. Do you think we'll end this month of November? Oh my gosh, of October, before we start November. At 117 or more? Let me know what you think. Pump.Fun has been burning 8% of their pump supply through buybacks at $800 million annual revenue run rate. Every shitter launch, every rug, every graduation fee, it goes straight to reducing supply, which is why Pump.Fun, in my opinion, will still be a good coin overall, despite, you know, all this FUD that is being spread on it, all these competitors that are coming out. When it comes to revenue and buybacks, Pump.Fun will lead the way, especially on such a very solid ecosystem like Solana. It's just popular to launch meme coins on it and easier to do so, so more intuitive, more popular, I don't know. You get the point. They turned degenerate gambling into deflationary tokenomics, and everyone's too busy chasing the next dog coin to notice the platform is printing money underneath. So, yeah, that being said, I did take profit on Pump.Fun, and I do want to re-enter eventually. I seem like I took profit at the right moment, but obviously I do want to re-enter, so I'm hoping for a price to pull back so I could re-enter. It's a volatile asset too, easy to trade, so we'll see. Good for Pump.Fun, and there's also rumors, of course, the hype that there might be the airdrops coming for Pump.Fun wallets as well. One of these days, all 4.7 million Pump.Fun wallets are going to check their airdrop allocation. Maybe. What is this? I'm literally clicking on something random. I don't know what this is, honestly. But yeah, so revenue buybacks, deflationary, and popular, and airdrops coming soon. All this kind of stuff is what sparked this quick recovery on Pump.Fun, despite the fact that the CEO got arrested in Madrid. And, you know, we still, I think, have an active lawsuit in New York over this crypto gambling stuff, this casino thing, which I'm sure they will be able to take care of. We do know by now, even the SEC has confirmed that these assets, these meme coins, are technically commodities. They're basically collectibles. They're just things you buy for fun. It's not securities, so you're safe to buy them. That's what they talked about at one of their roundtable sessions. I was there for it. Not in person, but, you know, online. They streamed it, so I saw that. Anything new from... Nope. And yeah, I think that's really all the news I have to talk about. This is a really short stream, and I feel bad, so don't worry, I'll fill up more time. I prepared the Alpha Arena thing that we were looking at before. I want to see if I can favorite all of these. Is there a way to check what I searched before? No, there is not. All right. If you're not aware of what this is, and I talked about it yesterday, Alpha Arena is a new project that was just started by, I'm assuming this guy over here, J.A. Where he's giving $10,000 to 6 different AI models to trade in the crypto market on perpetual futures on Hyperliquid, with the goal of making the biggest return. And I don't know how much time. That's still something that I have to check. And you can bet on which AI will perform the best, right? I want to see if there is any updates, and I will follow this because I am genuinely interested. Gemini has made some updates. They were shorting everything, and now they changed to long everything. I think Gemini was the one that was doing the worst. ChatGPT was also doing pretty bad, but they're kind of changing their way. Here's the performance so far, 7-hour ago update. Seems like DeepSeek is still in the lead. Grok was second place, but now it's catching up to what is this, DeepSeek. Claude, it was being very conservative, but it made the right choice. And, you know, it's on its way up again. It seems like we're measuring this against the returns of Bitcoin is what I'm seeing on this chart. This is the Alibaba, what is it called? Q something, whatever it's called. Alibaba's AI underperforming. These ones are in the negative. ChatGPT is in 5th place, and last place is Gemini, the worst, practically losing half of its, almost half, not even. Remember, they're starting off with 10,000, right? Their balance. DeepSeek's already got 12,800, for example, and then you got Gemini, the worst, with 6,800 from the 10,000 that they're starting with. So yeah. And apparently Grok is like the more riskier one. This is the chart I showed yesterday. See, Grok was like pretty close down over here at 2nd place. I mean, very far from DeepSeek, but now they're close up, right next to each other. So that's pretty good. I wanted to check these. So I want to see if I could favorite them. Let me paste. Go to perps. Can I favorite this? I've never really used Hyperscan like that. Add alias. Okay. GPT-5. That's what I'm calling this one, so that I know. Can I add it to like a watch list or something, so I don't have to like type in the wallet every time? More. Nope. It shows the PNL over here. They're losing $2,000. Oh boy. Don't give your money to ChatGPT, obviously. What are they doing here? They're still shorting XRP, shorting Solana. I think they flipped some of these, right? Long on Bitcoin, Binance, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. Interesting. I don't see them buying any other assets. Like, it seems to be only Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, BNB, Doge, and XRP. That's it. For all of these, right? Gemini apparently is the 2nd worst. Let me confirm. This is Gemini. Okay. Oh, it is there globally too. Was that there before I put that? I don't know. What do they got? They're longing everything and not a lot of PNL. Still decent losses on XRP and Dogecoin for longs. Okay. I want to check what their actual PNL. Oh, I could just check here, right? Oh, well, they're losing quite a lot. It seems like, yeah, they already took... I was going to say took profits. They took losses on some of their positions. That's why their PNL over here is negative 4,289. Not performing well. These are the new entries that it made. I'm assuming they're very fresh. That's why there's not a lot of gains or losses on this yet. Fair enough for Gemini. Claude AI, which is this code mistake from GPT developers, I think. Okay. Why are you doing this? I literally hit enter and it's... Okay, there we go. Finally. Yeah, it seems like they're all doing the same kind of positions, not entries. What would really change is the amount of leverage that they're using and, you know, what they're doing with it. No, I just checked this. What is going on? There we go. Add alias, and this is Claude. There we go. Yeah, so it didn't change beforehand. And perps, they're longing Bitcoin, and they're losing, and they're also longing XRP. This is the one that we checked yesterday. Seems like they're still in the green there, but very, very conservative from Claude over here with what they're doing with trading. It's completely autonomous. There's no human input. It's the AI making the trade decisions on here with the goal of course, making the biggest return. And it only decided to do XRP yesterday. Today, it finally opened a 20x leveraged position in Bitcoin, making a whopping $3. Congratulations. You're on the right path. Grok, which is the one that I'm rooting for, because I think it's the more intelligent one. Let me add the alias Grok. And it was longing everything and shorting XRP. Yesterday, this looked perfect. But now, I don't know, I guess XRP is on its way up, so we're losing 137 on XRP, But nonetheless, we have a decent profit on it. 1,227 overall profit with Grok. That's not too bad. And yeah, it seems like it's only these 6 assets that these AIs can invest in. That's boring. I was hoping they could invest in like any cryptocurrency that allows leverage on Hyperliquid, right? Where's my paste button? Am I blind? There's no paste button. There we go. And this last one would be DeepSeek, the Chinese AI that, against all odds, was able to create a better AI than everyone else with minimal funding, which spooked the US markets in January. Remember that crash? I remember it. Or I think it was February. DeepSeek came out and markets got scared because, you know, China genuinely is able to create a better AI than the United States. Meanwhile, China is doing it cheaper, and the United States is spending millions of dollars, or billions sometimes, to try to create a good AI, and China just ends up creating a better one for cheaper. So yeah. Looks like they're on the right path, decided to long everything at a really good price. Fair enough. Yeah, it's the same 6 assets for everything, and they're in very much a lot of profit. So far, 1,376 confirmed profit, I think. And in perpetuals, yeah. No, I think this is in total combined. Pretty good. Largest holding is in XRP, then Ethereum, Solana, then Bitcoin, then Binance, then Doge. Doge at the bottom there. It seems like it's not too willing to invest into meme coins like that. But hey, meme coin's still part of everybody's asset class, wallet, whatever, portfolio. So yeah, that's what we got here. Cool. I'm interested to see how these continue going. So any further updates, I will let you guys know. Sound. What sound? Sound effects. What does this mean? Why is there sound effects for this anyway? Token watch list. Token. Address watch list. Oh, okay, here we go. So I can put 5 addresses. I will do that right now then. Paste. Okay, cool. I hit enter. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Just have them all on a watch list. And oh, you know what's bad though? Why is it just 5? That's cringy. We have 6 wallets. I'm gonna have to exclude one. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's only 5 on this list. I never checked the Alibaba. We never checked the Alibaba AI. What's the address for that? Uh-oh. I completely forgot about it. This was for a test run from before. They only did 200 and Grok outperformed all of these. Where is that? Here. Apparently it's losing money, so, you know, it exists. I cannot find it. I don't know where to find it, to be honest. Whatever. I'll ignore it for now. It seems like it's not performing that good anyway. And I can only fit 5 in my watch list anyway. So we'll just ignore it. And lastly, DeepSeek. Paste. Alright. Perps transactions, show failed transactions, so other transactions, holders to load. No, don't load that much. Save this. Are we saved? Okay. And then where do I go for my watch list? I don't know. Home. That is crazy. Stats. Nope. Here, what are these cats? About? No. What is this? What am I doing? Hyper fun bot. Oh my god, what is this? Hype burn. Oh, I don't need any of that. Where are the... Just bear with me while this is my first time, like, doing this kind of stuff. Staking, I don't assume it's in staking, right? Search. Is it going to be here? What is this huge list? Can I just type in, like, Gemini and it'll show up? It does. Yeah, this is the one that I favorited. Okay, cool. I could just look them up by name now, since I've added it into the alias, right? Okay, cool. Good. So we could check it like that in the future for any future streams. Cool, good stuff. I think I could unfavorite it. I'm going to keep it favorited just in case. Yep. All right, cool. That'll be all for now. Bitcoin is on the rise, 108,000. Very slightly. 108,115 current price. So bottom line, just be careful out there. I wouldn't expect us to moon tomorrow or none of that stuff. It seems like China-US deal could have a good outcome, right? We still have to wait and see what happens with Russia-Ukraine, the meetings that will be happening, the meeting with Trump and Putin in Hungary. We need to see what Trump's response is to the ceasefire that got broken by now. Probably due to a misunderstanding, but hey, people have already died, so, you know, those numbers don't lie. We'll see what happens. And yeah, any further updates, stay tuned to the channel. I'll be providing them out here live every night, except for Tuesday. So yeah, tomorrow I will still be live. We'll cover whatever news we have to by then. Yeah, I've run out of stuff to talk about for tonight's stream. Not a lot of news going on right now, but there's still stuff that we have to look out for. So that's my little friendly advice to you. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you